Hey guys.
Alright, folks, this is a Patreon request from this patrono right here. The name of the band is Burial Oath.
Last one. Hey guys.
Alright, folks, we're here today to check out a Patreon request from this patrono right here. The name of the band is Burial Oath, and the song is Void Hunter, The Cycles of Suffering. Alright, are you ready for some black metal?
Black metal?
Let's do this. There's the black coming. Nothing brings more happiness to my heart. I know, outside of porn, than discovering an American band that sounds like this. I've never heard of Burial Oath in my life
Dude, but can I
before.
just say something? Like, if you're from the U.S., right, and you are either a little bit southern or, you're in the mountains or some type of...
Bring that shit to your music, though.
Dude, bring that shit to your music and make blackened rock. Or black metal.
This is not black and rock.
This is black metal, but they're I mean,
I see what you're saying.
But I also think I'm hearing the rock stuff because, in my opinion, when it comes to like metal genres in general, and I'm speaking on like, melodic death metal, deathcore, metalcore, power metal, all this stuff. I think black metal is the only one that I think represents rock and roll
the most,
the best,
the purest,
the purest, the most, and the best. It's like the Bret Hart of metal,
the best that was, the best that is, and the best that will ever be.
Yeah, like I feel like that's what black metal does, and good black metal. I mean, like there's some black metal out there that doesn't, and I think that when black metal, if I can't even like hear any rock and roll in the black metal,
then you're not a fan.
Then I'm not a fan. Because then I don't think that it's black metal. It's not the purest form of black metal.
Some people would disagree with you. Some people would say that the first wave of black metal, like Norwegian black metal and Swedish black metal, that's the purest, the first wave of black metal. Because
but even in that you can hear,
the good stuff.
In the good stuff, in those older Mayhem and stuff. They're some of those guys like they're tuned in like standard tuning, maybe not Mayhem, but like some of those older bands are still in they still have that rock element in there. You have to listen pretty closely.
I mean, the production back then is not what it was.
It's not what it was, but it's also distortions and stuff. It also was not what it was, so you couldn't get away from it sounding rock and rolly a little bit. Obviously, you're gonna heavily distort it and stuff, but the riffs are always gonna sound heavily rock and roll.
This song has that riff that comes over the top. It's a really simple riff. It's not like anything overly complicated. Yeah. Because the song is like absolutely like menacing, because the main riff, the main melody of the song is super menacing, and then over the top comes
also,
that.
I love having metal
man.
bands that these guys have a good look to them. They have like the biker gang that's
Panzerfaust. Yeah. Reminds me of Panzerfaust from Toronto.
They look like dudes who ride Harleys and shit during the day, and then it's like they go into they show up at the rock pile.
That's what I'm saying, Panzerfaust. Because I don't know. If you're a fan of black metal, you probably know Panzerfaust. They're from Toronto. They're good friends of mine. And they wear battle vests. All members of the band wear battle vests with a band logo in the middle. And then it says Panzerfaust across the top. And it has, like, I think, Canada at the bottom. So they have, like a biker's, like, vest. You know what I mean? And I love that shit. And those guys, like they don't just look... Like the same as these guys. Panzerfaust, they don't just look black metal. They live black metal. Anytime you see one of those guys at a show, they're always wearing their vest.
Mm-hmm.
And
even if they're working the show.
Even if they're working the show. I saw Brock at when was the last time I saw him? Saw him at a black metal show. I can't remember which show it was. I can't remember now. But I saw him I see him a lot. I mean, I actually see the guys quite often at metal shows. I'll see them at a Harakiri for the Sky. For sure, 100% they'll be at that show.
I think I saw him outside of Nanowar of Steel, funny enough.
When?
His name is eluding me now.
Oh, you saw one of the guys there? Maybe he was working the show.
He was working... Well, I think he was...
Tom? You saw
Big Tom. Because he was... I think he was setting up the shit outside. Yeah. And I saw him there, and I'm like, this is such a weird place for you to be.
No, but he's just working.
Yeah, I know, but
he's not there to listen to the music.
Nanowar of Steel and him there, I'm like...
Yeah. Anyways, we see those guys a lot, and anyways, they're having their. I know we're going to sidetrack here, but they're having their 20th anniversary show in Toronto on March 21st. I'm going to be there. Last time I saw them in Toronto, they were opening for Dimo Borgir, so I haven't seen them headline a show in Toronto ever. They don't play many hometown shows, I must say, and they just did a tour in Europe with Canon Fiba. Probably one of the best black metal bands of the moment right now. So yeah, they were the support band for Canon Fiber. So
you just named like two big Those are two big.
Yeah, when they support other bands, it's normally like big
Big.
ass bands. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, they're gonna have a celebration of their 20th anniversary in Toronto, headlining show. So I'm definitely gonna be there March 21st. Anyhow, back to Burial Oath. I had never heard of these guys. You know, nothing. This is what makes me happy about Patreon. I'm not dissing the people on Patreon because I appreciate their support. But it always puzzles me when they give us requests for shit that they like, perfectly knowing that we're not gonna like it. Like, why? It's just a waste of everybody's time. Give us shit that you know we gonna like, but you also like, and you're like, man, I really like this band, and I know if you guys will give them a chance, you also gonna like them. Let's remember, because of Patreon, we discovered Canon Fever last year. If somebody on Patreon had never requested that band, we would have never heard about
We
them.
would have heard about them
Eventually.
Eventually.
But I feel like we would have missed the bus.
We would have missed the hate. Yeah, the cruise ship would have left without us, man.
The U-boat would have left without us.
Yeah.
So this is another band, Burial Oath. I've never heard of them. No, I knew coming in they were a U.S.
But
black
dude,
metal
like,
band, but
I'm
these
saying
guys
like,
are phenomenal.
If you're like a band from like the Rocky Mountains or some like if you guys are like U.S., but you have that. Like, there's biker gangs around you guys. You gotta dress like that shit because I feel like it adds to the rock and roll black metal. Like, it gives you a look, and also that music. I feel like it's perfect for those regions of America. It's perfect.
You have no clue where these guys are from.
Ah, but I'm guessing.
Colorado, maybe.
Fuck, if they're from L.A., that's crazy.
Dude, LA is not known for black metal bands. Let me
I know,
put it
but I
that
was
way.
gonna say,
Let me put
like,
it that way.
If you guys like Colorado, this is perfect.
Dude, there's a lot of great bands from Colorado.
You guys are near
Wayfarer is from Colorado.
You guys are near Route 66 somewhere.
Talk
like
about
there,
a band that's like black and rock and roll. Wayfarer is from
dude, there's
there.
some good North American bands that, but I also feel like
Blood Incantation is from there.
I feel like when it comes to metal genres, a lot of countries are good at like Finland. When you think of melodic death metal, you think of Finland.
No, these guys, they have the look. They have the sound.
They have the sound, but I think
And the video was perfect.
I
too,
think
by the way.
America, even North America to a certain, including Canada in that one, there needs to be more like black metal bands like this. Like, come on, guys. I think the making your death metal bands and your deathcore bands, there's a shit ton of them, and you don't stand out because
I think if you're from to piggyback off of what you're saying,
like,
I think
that
if you're
band,
from
I-
if you're from New York or Chicago, you being a death metal band is totally cool.
Yeah, or
because
like hardcore
or hardcore or whatever. I
perfect.
think that's totally
Punk,
cool.
hardcore,
But if
whatever.
you're more like in an area in a part of the country that's a little bit more wild, for a lack of a better term,
yeah, where you have like national reserves and shit. I feel like this type of music really like anything that
this is very earthy.
is grassroots. Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that way too.
I was gonna say like
It brings a primordial feel. The music brings this primordial feel to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna name drop like Spectral Wound and be like, those guys aren't they Canadian? Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like. Bands.
Fuck, those guys are really good.
I know.
Those guys are really good.
And also a band we haven't done on the channel in a while, and I feel like I had to name drop them just to give them a little bit.
They're going to be at Inferno this year.
Oh shit!
They're at Inferno this year.
I'm excited for that then.
Yeah, they're at Inferno.
Shout out to Spectral Wound.
Yeah, and like a band like Gaia, for example.
I don't know.
Actually, it's pronounced Geria, but
You should know that.
it's not a name it's not a Portuguese name, by the way. But
Those
anyways,
Portuguese guys though, they should have. The first thing after meeting you, it's like, by the way, this is how you pronounce.
no. I know, but I always pronounce it wrong. Anyways, they're going to be at Inferno too.
But
But
I feel like you pronounce it more Portuguese than with the
yeah,
name,
yeah.
actually.
But I feel like these guys. I honestly, I don't know how well known they are, but they've never been
They
on my
should
radar.
be.
But they should be.
Fuck,
If
they
they're
should be
not,
playing
they should be.
At the Jimmy Dean, not Jimmy Dean. What's it? John D. Played John D. Man at Inferno. Man, these guys are
Bands like this, like a festival,
should not be overlooked.
Fuck. I just mentioned Canon Fever. They're not even on the bill this year. But anyhow, it's neither here nor there. The point being is that these guys are phenomenal. And I want to re-emphasize this. If you're on Patreon and you know the type of shit that we like, And if you like it as well, let us know bands that we haven't heard about that fall both in your wheelhouse and in our wheelhouse. Like I said, we've discovered so many cool bands through Patreon, and that to me is the most exciting thing, is when we check out a video from a band that we've never heard before and we discover a new band that you guys are a fan of and that falls within the spectrum of sound that we like.
Yeah.
Not like bands like Within Silence. No, like Christian rock, no, definitely not our.
Unless you're like, you guys will have a laugh with this one. That's different.
Dude, that one I not even had a laugh. That was like seriously, just.
There was no laughing.
I get it that some bands you like and you want us to check out something that you
but we
like.
have enough videos on the channel where you guys probably have a good idea on like, okay.
But
like,
I also get like I really like this band. I want to see what their take is.
Yeah, because I understand if it's like, I don't like this song, it's funny bad. Let me send it to them and I want to see their reaction. Because normally
I don't think we ever get one of those.
Because normally when I look at reaction videos, I want to look for people who listen to the song that I like and see what they think about it. And I actually get more. You get more like serotonin levels, I guess, or like you get a little happier when they also have the same opinion as you. I guess you could say that. So maybe that's what they're doing. It's like, I really like this song. I want to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they also know that if we. But what
But
I'm
then
saying is,
you feel bad
I don't feel as fulfilled.
if the person doesn't have the same opinion.
If the video that
that's really weird to say though.
If the song that I'm given doesn't ring a bell with me, I feel like it's just like
I feel bad.
I feel bad
because then I'm shitting on the song that this guy probably really likes.
Exactly. Like that doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't fulfill me. You know what I mean? This to me makes me so happy because someone out there listens to Burial Oath, and when they were listening to this song and watched this video, they thought, fuck, those two dudes would love this shit. They gotta listen to this. Let me go there, let me sign up to Patreon, and let me ask them to check it out. And then here we are checking it out and like fucking loving it. Like, how fulfilling is that? That makes me really happy.
Me, yeah.
It makes me really happy.
You know what's crazy? After what I said about the reaction videos, it made me think people who watch reaction videos of guys who only have good things to say, because we don't.
We don't.
But there are channels that have never made a bad review.
I've had some comments on videos that like, fuck, you're the first guys that dissed this song, or you're the first reaction channel that I've seen.
There's guys out there who never
shit.
diss songs, right? Because they love everything. Which is impossible.
It's impossible.
But I will say, watching those videos is like listening to political podcasts that are very one-side leaning.
Which they all are. They're all sides.
Yes,
they're all leaning to one of the sides.
There's no middle.
There's no neutral. There's no neutral.
Then
podcast.
you get all of your data from the one side, and then that's your personality. I hate those people, man. Fuck.
And the other exciting thing is, like, you know, we discover this band through you guys, through the Patreon, and now somebody's going to discover this band through us. And it's this, it's the ecosystem.
The band starts doing good, and then I want to see them live, man.
And I always have a smile on my face when I hear a comment saying, "Hey, I discovered this band because you guys did this video, and I went and I pre-ordered the album, or I went to the show, or I love seeing that shit." But on the other hand, I can also tell you guys from Patreon that when you guys request bands like this that we like, guess what? I'm going to go on iTunes, I'm going to purchase the song, I'm going to purchase the album. Canon Fever is a perfect example. We've done them on the channel now 3 times. I bought the vinyl that came out last year, even though I had the MP3s. So it just goes to show you that it's an ecosystem of metalheads.
We have a community here.
Yeah, and we're all helping one another. So
because in the end, when we all help each other find new music, inadvertently we're also helping the band. Because
there's so much music out there, it's nearly impossible for us to listen to everything or discover everything. But when it comes recommended, when it's a Patreon request, you have kind of like this open door to reach us in a more direct way. And when you give us something like this, man, it really brightens my day. Like, because
especially when sorry.
Hold on, I'm just saying. When we finished this video, we didn't do this video just like, I don't feel like I did this video just because it was a Patreon request. I feel like I did the video because it was a Patreon request. But I walk out of this video feeling, man, what a fucking great band! Like, it just makes you feel
even
good.
better because most people know we film like 3 videos in a one sit down type thing.
One session.
And for this session, this is the last video. I feel fucking like it's nice to end on a fucking really.
And it was a gamble.
Note.
It was a gamble because you don't know what you're getting.
The 2 videos we did before this, we knew
the bands.
We kind of knew what we were getting ourselves into. This one, to leave it for last, is a gamble, a good gamble, man. Winning odds, man. We should bet.
Yeah, paid off. All right, guys. Thank you very much for the Patrono that requested this. Guys, if you love
We're
this
waiting
shit,
for more.
we
We're
need
waiting for
more.
more.
Patreon. Get it together. Get it together. And all of you watching this video, if you love this band, go check them out. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, all of that good shit. We'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.